Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where I'll be taking you through the openstacks.org textbook called Pre-Algebra, Second Edition. In this video, I'll be taking you through part of section 1.2 from this text called Add Whole Numbers. And I'll be working specifically reading you through the part of the section specifically under the heading Use Addition Notation. Okay, so here we are at openstacks.org. It's Pre-Algebra, Second Edition, text, section 1.2, Add Whole Numbers. So at the beginning of every section are learning objectives. So I'll read those first. So by the end of this section, you will be able to use addition notation, model addition of whole numbers, add whole numbers without models, translate word phrases to math notation, and add whole numbers in applications. And then in most sections following the learning objectives, you have these be prepared problems, which I would suggest that you go over yourself. I will not be doing these in my videos, as they are problems that are going to be very, very similar to exercises we have seen in previous videos. It's material from previous sections, so here it would be from section 1.1 that they feel, you should know how to do before you continue on into section 1.2. And of course, you can always, go to the answer key, go to the table of contents, go to the answer key. We're in chapter 1, and you'll see the answers to the be prepared problems, if you'd like to see how you're doing. All right. So then after these is the heading I want to do the section on. All right. It's use addition notation. A college student has a part-time job. Last week, he worked 3 hours on Monday and 4 hours on Friday. To find the total number of hours he worked last week, he added 3 and 4. The operation of addition combines numbers to get a sum. The notation we use to find the sum of 3 and 4 is 3 plus 4. This plus sign is used for addition or a sum. We read this as 3 plus 4. And the result is the sum of 3 and 4. The numbers 3 and 4 are called the addends. A math statement that includes numbers and operations is called an expression. So this is an expression, 3 plus 4, or the sum of 3 and 4. All right, so in this box, they describe addition notation. To describe addition, we can use symbols and words. So again, the operation is called addition. The notation to tell you that you are performing addition is this plus sign, a little vertical segment crossed by a horizontal segment. An expression that tells you you are, performing addition is you have one addend plus another addend, right? One number plus another number. Here it is 3 plus 4, which I have just read it, in words. If I read that as 3 plus 4, and the result of addition is called the sum. So the result of 3 plus 4, they would call that the sum of 3 and 4. All right, so 3 plus 4 in numbers as an expression, 3 plus 4 in words. The sum of 3 and 4, all three of these things really mean the same thing. We are performing addition. So, in example 1.1, sorry, 1.11, we are asked to do the same. Translate from math notation to words. Okay, so I'll write these out, and we'll basically be doing the same thing as what was up on the table here with the expression, right? We're given an expression with, numbers and the operation of addition, and we're asked to write it out in words, which there are two ways to do this. You can write it as, just read it from left to right, or write it in some other way. And, anytime you see addition, right, you can say the result of that is a sum. Again, this is example 1.11. Part A, we have 7 plus 1. So again, in words, you could say 7, then this symbol here, this notation, they call it the plus sign, right? The addition sign, 7 plus, and then the number, 1. So that's how it's read. And, the result of this addition, which we'll, get to later, we'll call it 8. 7 plus 1 is 8, but that's not what we're doing right now. They would say that the result of this addition is, what we have here is the sum. And the sum, anytime you see that word, you're adding. The sum of 7 and 1. Right? The sum of the two addends, right? 7 and 1 would be called the addends of this particular sum. And that's it. In part B, same thing. We're given some expression, numbers with the operation of addition. So it is, the number 12. Then you have the plus sign to represent the operation of addition, and then 14. Right? So the two addends are 12 and 14. But if I were to write this out in words, right, this is 12, then plus plus 14, right, 14. And once again, they would say that the result of this operation, right, is the sum of 12 and 14. But they mean the same thing. 12 plus 14 is going to be some value. We'll see it's 26 later in a later video. Or we could also say the sum of 12 and 14 is 26. We'll get to actually doing the addition, actually performing the addition later. And so the sum of 12 and 14. And that is all, we're asked to do in this example. And the nice thing about the examples is you can also just see the solution right away in this see show/hide solution. So you see in part A, 7 and 1 are the addends. We read it as 7 plus 1. The result is the sum of 7 and 1. Exactly what I had written on paper. Part B, got a plus symbol connecting the addends 12 and 14. We read this as 12 plus 14. The result is the sum of 12 and 14, right? Exactly what I had written on paper. Wonderful. Never bad idea to check your work. All right, then after each example, you probably noticed this in section 1.1, there are, at least one of these try it problems. So you should try it yourself. Now, there are two of them here with multiple parts. I would highly suggest that as you're watching me go through these sections, as you're watching this video, pause the video when we come to these try it problems and try to work them out yourself first. And they'll be very similar to the previous examples, right? And then come back, watch me do them, and compare your work to mine, see how well you're picking up the material. Because if you're just watching me do them and not doing any work yourself, there's a good chance you're not going to pick up the material as well as you'd like. Okay, so here we are in Try It problem number 1.21. And it's the same thing as the previous example. We're asked to translate from math notation to words. So here we have, again, Try It number 1.21. Part A, we have the number 8, the plus sign, indicating that we are going to perform addition, and then the number 4. So remember, I just kind of said it, this is written in words as 8 plus 4, and the result of this addition, right, what this would result in is called the sum of 8 and 4. And sum for addition. All right, again, we're not actually adding yet. We're just writing things in words, expressing, expressions in words. And that is all. In part B, same thing. Given the sum of two numbers, right? The addition, adding two numbers together without actually adding, right? We're just writing it in words. Here we have the number 18, then the plus sign, plus symbol, then the other addend is 11. So again, in words, this would be read, from left to right as 18 plus 11, like this. And what this results in, right, the result of this addition would be called the sum of 18 and 11. Right, and again, that is all that is being asked for here. And you can, check the solutions to this if you wish, right? If you go to your table of contents, again, you saw me do this for section 1.1 videos. The answer key, we're still in chapter 1. Now I'm in the try it problems, right? And this was try it 1.21. So you see A, 8 plus 4, or the sum of 8 and 4. Exactly what I had written. Part B, 18 plus 11, or the sum of 18 and 11. Again, exactly as I had written. Wonderful. And then we'll click on the 1.21 here, and it'll take me right back to the section. Great. And then here is, right after it, try it problem 1.22. And I'll do the same thing, and that'll be it for this particular heading, right? The next heading is coming up. All right, so the same instructions as the example on the previous try it problem, and we have try it 1.22. So part A, now we're asked once more to translate from math notation to words in the two different ways they've been showing us, right, that I've been writing. So we have in part A 21 plus 16. So again, reading from left to right, writing this in words. This is, 21 plus 16. That's it for that. Another way they would put this, another way you could put it again, is that the result of this sum, or the result of this addition, this plus, is called the sum. Right, so the sum of 21 and 16, the two addends. And that would be that. Two different ways to express that expression here in words. And then part B, same thing. We're given one number plus another number. In this, first add-in 100 plus the next add-end is 200. All right, so reading this from left to right, writing out the words, that we have 100, then plus 200. All right, so that's one way to express it in words. Or, we could also say that the result of this operation, right, the result of this addition, this could also be called the sum of 100 and 200. All right, so the sum of 100 and 200. Great. And, might as well, because they have the solutions available, might as well go back to that answer key and check it out. That was try it 1.22. And, part A, 21 plus 16, or the sum of 21 and 16. I wrote both of those things. Great. And part B, 100 plus 200, or the sum of 100 and 200. Exactly what I had written. And then we'll go back to the section. And great. And that'll be it for that. All right, so the next video I put out will be on this same section, but, the next heading called Model Addition of Whole Numbers. And thank you very much for watching.